side hustling family, happy Monday. So this video is going to be unedited on my side, coming at you guys super last minute just to get this video out. So my last video on low content books, which is publishing low content books that do not have words, and to make up to thousands of dollars depending on how many books you put out there and how you're marketing them. If you haven't checked out that video, you can check it out right here. But wow, you guys had so many questions in the comments and so many tickets on Bookbolt. I just was like, oh my God. So I reached out to Neil Lassen. He is the owner of Bookbolt, Merchant Informer, and Sale Samurai. So he has thousands of books online through KDP, which is Amazon's print on demand for books. He has also helped thousands of people make money online through these platforms. So I'm super excited to have him here today to help you too. A lot of what my channel does is to give you ideas, to open your mind to the possibilities, so then you can take an idea, use your own creativity, and run with it. So that's definitely more of what my channel is, and I cannot do everything under the sun. I have a full-time job, I go to school full-time, and I side hustle full-time. So I did create that book with you guys, and it is live on Amazon. I do not promote it, I'm not doing anything. It was just to show you how it's done. However, I'm here with Neil Lassen, who is the owner of Bookbolt, who is going to be answering all of your questions in the next segment. And he actually took all of the top questions from my last video and answered them here. So if you had a question that you put in the comments in the last video, it's very likely that it's going to be answered here in this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to put it in the comments below. I will be looking out for them, and I'm also going to make sure that they're also looking out in the comments to answer all of your questions. All right, with no further ado, Neil Lassen with Bookbolt.
Hello everyone. A few weeks ago, Kat went over a new business model that you can make thousands of dollars per month selling low content books. So today, we're going to go over what a low content book is, how to sell them, and how you can see the kind of success that I've seen as well as many of my friends. Now first, we need to talk about what a low content book actually is. A low content book is simply a book that does not have chapters, it does not have any writing, and they're very, very easy to put together. So when you create a low content book, it's going to look like this. Now this is a full content book. This is a KDP book from Amazon itself. And as you can see, there's lots of different pages. Now the idea here is to hold zero inventory and buy anything from Amazon. We're simply going to create a book, put it on Amazon KDP, and they are going to do all the work for us. There was a ton of interest on her YouTube channel, a lot of different questions. So in this video, I want to go over exactly how to get these low content books on Amazon, what to look for, and what you need to be doing to start selling your first book or scaling your business up to thousands of books per month. Now, I have been a low content bookseller for a few years now, but I've been on KDP for almost 8 years, and in that time period I have sold hundreds of thousands of copies per book, and I've never once laid my hand on a single book that I have created. The reason for that is that Amazon does all the work. You upload a cover and you upload an interior, that's the entire book. Amazon will then put the page online for people to buy. Amazon will then print the book, ship the book, and deal with the customer service. Your only job here when it comes to building up this business is to actually create a cover, grab a free interior from Bookbolt, and then put it together, and it will be for sale online. Now, when I first started doing this, I was doing everything manually. I was trying to figure out what do customers on Amazon actually want to buy so that I could go out and create these type of low content books. Now, that took about 10 to 12 hours per day, and nobody wants to spend that kind of time, so we created the Bookbolt software, which we'll be going over shortly. Now, what is Bookbolt? I know that Kat went over it a little bit in the previous video, but this is a suite of software tools to allow you to easily research what customers are buying, help you create those books, and make sure you're getting in front of the right audience with the right keywords. Now, in order to put these kind of books together, you need two things. You need a cover, that's just going to be an image, maybe it's going to be some text, and you need an interior. When I say interior, these are not actual written books. Think line journals, okay? Think calendars. We have all those interiors inside of Bookbolt for you, so the only thing you're really going to need to do is create the cover itself. And that is a simple process which I will show you how to do inside of a drag and drop designer, because I'm not an artist, okay? I can barely draw a stick figure, but when it comes to designing these books, super, super easy. We're gonna go over how to do that and create something that looks good, but the customers also want to purchase. So before we get in, if you are just starting this out, okay, you can create a few $100s per month. Maybe it pays your car payment like this. Or if you really take this seriously and you are willing to invest in your business, grow your business, and learn, okay, this does have a little bit of a learning curve, but it's very easy. You might be able to create something like this, which one of my good friends did last December. So if that sounds good to you, let's jump into the computer and let's go over how to find what customers actually want to buy. Let's put together a quick book and let's talk about the questions that you guys had in the last video. All right, now that we're on the computer, let's get inside of Bookbolt and find out first what customers want to actually buy so that we can go ahead and create some of these low content books and get them for sale on Amazon as quickly as possible. Remember, these are low content books. You never have to touch them, you never have to print them, and you never have to deal with customer service. So let's go ahead and log in. All right, so once you're logged in, the first thing I usually do is go to the Bookbolt cloud on the left-hand side. This is going to show you exactly what customers are buying and what is actually creating a steady stream of income for low content booksellers. So when you click on this, all you really need to do is click on search. You don't have to touch anything else. All right, now that we've gone ahead and done that, it's brought back a bunch of results, the top 100 sellers here in the notebook category. And I always start here to make sure that I have a feeling of the pulse of Amazon and what customers are buying so that I know what I should go out and create. So if we scroll down here, you'll see the books, what they look like, because everyone shops with their eyes, okay? You do it, I know I do it. And we're looking for something that we can either create or that sticks out to us. But if you look at the details here, you'll see exactly how many copies these books are selling per month. So if I just scroll down, you'll see a lot of different types. Here's a plain black cover notebook. Here is a WTF, my password, probably for older people who are looking to write these things down instead of using a computer. But just taking a look at this one, it is selling almost 400 copies per month, okay? And if we open this up and take a look at it, the interior would be super simple. Same thing for this notebook. It looks like it's selling 420 copies every single month, right? With this amount of reviews, that is a steady stream of income off of one book. You can publish as many books as you want. There is not a limit, okay? So these books are super, super simple. Now coming down, handwriting paper, notebooks, okay, Japanese characters, anything where you're not writing long form content will make you a ton of money. Take a look at this, Japanese characters, right? 269 reviews and it's selling over 300 copies per month. Scrolling down, we have notebooks, we have recipe books, things that people buy, they get to their house, and they actually write in them, okay? So Amazon will print these kind of books and ship them to the customer for you. Now let's take a look at this book right here. It looks complicated, but I promise you it is not. It is selling almost 300 copies per month. It has a bunch of reviews and all it has is some clip art on the front. So let's go ahead, open that up on Amazon. Okay, and we'll come over here to Amazon and you will see a look inside feature. This will allow you to see what the inside of the book looks like. So instead of a long form content book with stories and everything like that, if we click this and scroll down, that is the entire book, lined pages. Okay, so let's talk about how to get these books created. One, you need two pieces of a book. There's the cover. Okay, the cover looks like this. We'll go over that in 1 second, but let's talk about the interiors. All right, so let's talk about where to get these interiors. The first thing you want to do is put together your book. We're going to talk about the cover in a second, but the interiors are one of the most important parts, and here is how you do it. First, you're going to want to have a Bookbolt account. There's a 3-day free trial link below, so make sure you grab that. Once you do, okay, head over to bookbolt.io. So let's go ahead and open that up. Now we are on the homepage. In order to get an interior for your book, you want to go to resources, and you want to go to Interior Wizard. This is going to show you over 100 different low content interiors that you guys can download and use with your book. All right, we are inside of the Interior Wizard, and you'll see there is a lot of different choices here. You have college ruled paper, you have journals, music sheets, career planners, office organizers. If you scroll down, there's over 100 different interiors here, from birthday organizers to a scuba diving journal. So let's use a scuba diving journal as an example. We have looked on Amazon, so let's go ahead and make sure that there are people on Amazon buying scuba diving journals. So you can either do that inside of Bookbolt by clicking on the products, or what I often like to do is install the Chrome extension, which will actually allow you to do this research on Amazon. So in order to get to that Chrome extension, you want to click on your name, click on KDP Spy, and install that. Let's go to Amazon, let's enter in scuba diving journal and see what's out there. All right, so right off the bat, I am seeing that yes, there are scuba diving journals and they are selling. Why do I know that? Because they have 40 different reviews. And this is a low content book. I would bet anything, so let's go ahead and click on it. Very, very simple cover. You guys can do this. We're gonna create a cover in 1 second here, but let's look inside and see what the interior looks like. So again, this is the cover. We'll scroll down and we'll see, all right, that's it. That is the entire book. It's just page after page of this. So let's put together one of these ourselves. Okay, so in order to see the kind of success that I have seen and my friends have seen, you want to put together more than one book, but you also want to make sure that your covers are simple and stand out, as well as using the right keywords. So in order to create this book, two-step process. Interior and cover. We already know that. So let's go back to the interior generator. You can get to this from the Bookbolt homepage under resources. And I've already found this scuba diving journal right here. Now, in order to create this book, very, very easy. You want to select bleed. This just make sure that when you have a KDP account, and if you don't, go sign up right now. Just Google KDP login. It's going to ask you to sign up. Free to sign up. There's no waiting period. You guys can have your first book live in the next 5 minutes after you're done watching this video. So you want to select bleed. You want to select a size for your book. Okay, so this book is a little bit bigger than, say, a 5x8, and you can select all the different sizes that you want in here. I like to pick 6x9. Those are typically the best selling ones on Amazon. And then you want to pick a page count, okay? So this can pretty much be whatever you want, but for low content books, you're typically looking in the range from 100 to 120 pages. So let's go ahead and just select 100 pages. Once you have that filled out, all you need to do is click on download. And there you go. There's 100 pages of this PDF, okay? PDFs are what you upload to Amazon that you can just download on your computer and be ready to upload that interior to your KDP account. So now we have one piece of the puzzle down. The next one is creating the cover, okay? So in order to create the cover, and if you aren't a designer, no problem, I can barely draw, okay? If I was an artist, I would be fired immediately, but I can do low content books. I'm gonna show you guys how. Go back inside of Bookbolt, and on the left-hand side, you'll see all these research tools. You want to click on that and click Create, and then click on the Bookbolt Designer. This is a drag and drop designer, allowing people to simply drag and drop and type some text, and bam, you have the right size cover for your book. Let's go ahead and click that, and we will get inside here. All right, when you're first loading in the Bookbolt Designer, you have two options here. You could actually create your own interiors, but we don't need to do that. We just downloaded one ourselves. We want to create a cover. The one thing you guys need to make sure you're doing is that the trim size here needs to match the trim size we did in the interior generator. You guys remember what it was? It was a 6x9 book. Okay, you want to change the paper color to white, and you want to match the page count. So 6x9, white, and the amount of pages that you picked inside of the interior generator. And if you guys remember, it was 100 pages. And after that, we're just going to do submit. Now, it's going to take a few minutes here. It's often a few seconds, but what it's doing is it's doing all the math in the background to make sure that when you upload this cover, it's going to match perfectly your interior, and Amazon is going to publish it as quickly as possible. All right, so we've gone ahead and loaded it in here, and you're just going to see a blank page. The left-hand side, right over here, this is the back cover. The little thing in the middle, That's the spine. Okay, so the spine is going to change depending on how many pages are in your low content book. And what we really want to focus on is this right-hand side, because that's the cover and that's what shows up in Amazon search. All right, so in order to do this, I have 2 images on my computer. All you have to do is drag them into the images folder here. So you see I have one there. I'm just going to drag this right there, boom, uploaded, okay? So it's just a picture of some underwater. I'm going to resize this a bit, and there you go, right? Background complete, the spine is right here. This is going to be our cover page, and I'm just going to add this little scuba diving character that I found. There we go. I'm going to resize him. So notice how I'm just dragging and dropping. Put him right up here. And if you wanted to add any text, you just select text over here and you can change this. You could add some text, right? So here's some dummy text. Scuba diving, I could put journal in here. And again, I want to make sure I change that color. So I'll just highlight this, change the color in the top. Maybe I want it white. There you go. Scuba diving journal. Super simple, right? Let me make sure this is resized. There we go. Looks great. That's the entire book. That doesn't look bad at all. People on Amazon would, 1, be able to read that, but 2, they would be able to purchase this scuba diving journal, or maybe I could call it a logbook. So I could come in here and just say logbook. Done. Once you have this, simply click on download at the very top menu here. So we'll go ahead and do this. And again, it's going to do all the math in the background and make sure that this comes out perfectly so that when you guys upload it to Amazon, it's for sale as quickly as possible. You see, it's ready to download here. So we'll go ahead and open it, and there it is. This file you download on your computer and you're ready to upload it to KDP. So we have the interior right here. We got this from the resources tab under bookbolt.io, and we also have the design that we created for the cover. That's it. We are now ready to upload our book. However, we want to make sure that people are actively buying these products on Amazon. Now remember when I said we could install that Chrome extension? Let's go back to Amazon and I'll show you guys that people are actively buying these books. Okay, so we'll go to Amazon. We will close this out and we will just click search on here. Now that extension is installed, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it in the Chrome menu. It's called KDP Spy. And once it's open, you'll see a little box. All you have to do is click on start. It's going to read the books in the search and it's going to tell you some crucial information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it and I'm going to sort it by estimated sales. Okay, so you'll see right here, if you guys can see, this says Diver's Log. Okay, so let me go ahead and just open this up. This is the product, 23 reviews. Okay, here is the book cover, super simple, right? It's just an image with some text, and that is the interior. Super simple, right? But what we did is we noticed before we clicked it that it's getting about 36 sales a month. It's bringing in $253. That's one book. Now remember, this is estimated revenue. Amazon actually pays you royalties. Okay, now at $1 or $2 per book, that is a constant revenue stream, and you can publish as many books as you want. This isn't like your life's work. You can put one book together, you can put 10 books together, and you're planting little money trees, right? Imagine if you had 100 low content books. You just watched me put together a book in, I don't know, a minute and a half. And as long as you use the right keywords, you're going to get in front of the right audience. So what do I mean by the right keywords? Okay, because that's the last piece of the puzzle. We already have the cover and the interior ready to upload to Amazon, but we need to use the right keywords in order to get up and run. So in order to do that, you can either do it inside of Bookbolt, okay, again, in the research tab by clicking on keywords, or I know a lot of people like to do their research directly on Amazon. Okay, so let's go back over there. Here is the page. There's actually a keywords tab in that Chrome extension. So I can click on this. It's going to look up scuba diving journal, and you'll be able to see right on Amazon how many people a month are searching for scuba diving journal. Okay, there's over 1,000 people per month actually looking for that keyword. Okay, scuba diving has a little bit less searches because it's much more broad. Okay, when it comes to ranking and seeing success on low content books, you want very, very specific searches. That is because Amazon is going to match up the customer search to what you put in your title and what you put in your description and bullet points. So let's actually go back and take a look. So you can pull keywords from here. Okay, so I would pull keywords from here. I would look and do your research inside of Bookbolt because it's going to tell you how many different times a certain book is selling. And then what we want to do, last step, is we actually want to just take a look at the results, okay? Why? Because you can pull out keywords from the bestsellers. So how do you do that? I'm just going to open this book that we just looked at right here, and you'll see different keywords, okay? So the title is Diving Logbook, and anything past the colon is called the subtitle, okay? You can fill this out in the back end of KDP. So we have one keyword, Diving Logbook. We have another keyword, Scuba Diving Logbook, okay? They put American flag in here because it's relevant to the cover, okay? Remember what our cover looks like. It's got an underground, underwater scenery. You have fish on here, so that might be something you want to put in your title or your subtitle. Now remember, you want to be as specific as possible. Open up all of the different scuba diving logbooks that you can find, okay? Looking on Amazon, what I like to do is usually bring these back inside of Bookbolt because you'll be able to see their keywords and what is selling. You can do that either in the cloud or the product search, okay? But just looking on Amazon, you can pull out different keywords. So track and record 100 dives. Okay, track and record, that's what these low content books are meant for. Nautical, that's another keyword. Okay, so pull out the keywords that you want to use in your listing. All right, now that we have the keywords out of the way, okay, you've gone through Bookbolt, you've gone through the bestsellers, you've looked at the keyword tool, we're ready to upload our book. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy this is. So head over to kdp.amazon.com and log in. Again, if you don't have an account, go get one right now, and you'll be able to throw a book up in the next 5 or so minutes. All right, now that we are inside of the KDP account, it's going to look exactly like this. This is the easiest part of the entire process, okay? Because you're going to upload your book, and Amazon's going to do everything else. You never have to buy the book. You never have to ship the book. Super simple. So you have two options of creating a new title or a new book on Amazon. You can do a Kindle ebook. We're not going to do that. We are shipping physical books here, okay? Physical books that people will write in or interact with. So we're going to pick the paperback option. All right, now we just have to fill this out, okay? We have to fill out the book title and the subtitle, so that's pretty easy. The book title is exactly what is on our book. So Scuba Diving Logbook, all right? So let's go ahead and enter that. We can add a subtitle if we want, okay? So looking at these, this is the title and this is the subtitle. You want to put in the keywords that you just found while doing your research. So let's go ahead and enter that in. All right, now we can scroll down, we can skip the series, we can skip the edition number. Finally, we have author, okay? That's easy. You can make up an author name. So you have a first name and a last name. That's going to make the author name. So let's go ahead and make something up. So I've just gone ahead and entered Scuba Diving Journals. So Scuba Diving Journals is going to be the brand name. You don't have any contributors, and here you can actually enter in a description. Okay, your description should tell the customer exactly what they are buying. So this is a scuba diving logbook. It is 100 pages and 6x9. So let's just go ahead and throw this in here. All right, now that we've gone ahead and done that, we need to say, yes, we own the publishing rights, okay, because you just created this book yourself. And these are the places right here. The next box is keywords. These keywords should come from Bookbolt, should come from the bestsellers and that KDP Spy extension. Take those keywords, throw them in this box. If you guys are getting lost at any point, make sure to go into Bookbolt here, click on the webinar button. I did a very long video on how to do this. Make sure you guys go and watch that, but enter in some keywords and we will continue. So then you want to enter in some keywords and pick some categories, okay? Categories can be a little bit difficult. In order to do that, we actually made a tool inside of Bookbolt. So if you come back here and you click on research, right? KDP categories is going to allow you to find a category that will actually fit. So if we just enter in the broad niche that we're entering, scuba diving, I put scuba, you'll see that it's in nonfiction, sports and recreation, and scuba and snorkeling. So we can come back into KDP and find that exact category. Once you have that filled out, it's going to ask if this is adult content. Chances are it's not, so click on no, and then click on save and continue. Now, the second page, super simple. All you have to do is click yes, assign me a free KDP ISBN. This is just giving your book a number so that they can publish it on Amazon. So we'll go ahead and click yes, absolutely, assign that free ISBN. Now, once you've done that, you can skip the publication date. But here's the important details right here. Okay, print options. You need to match this up with what you picked earlier in the interior designer and when you were creating your cover. So remember we used white paper? Right here, it's automatically selected. Remember when we were doing trim size when we picked 6x9? 6x9 is automatically selected. If you made a different cover, you can select a different size. Now we have bleed settings. Remember we picked bleed so that everything uploads properly. So pick a bleed and you can pick a cover finish for that cover, right? Glossy or matte, whatever you want. But right here, this is the entire book. You have the manuscript, that's the interior. Remember, we downloaded that. It looks like this, okay? This is the interior. You want to upload that here. For the book cover, simply select, hey, I already have one, and upload that cover. Again, this is what the cover looks like. All you have to do is upload those 2 files, save and continue, and then publish your book. Okay, the next page right here, you set a price for your book. I'd recommend between $5.99 and $7.99. Pretty cheap. People don't think about spending that kind of money, right? That's a impulse purchase at that point. They'll spend the money and you guys will get paid. Okay, so that is the easiest way that I know to publish a low content book in a few minutes. Remember, it's not about creating one low content book. It's about doing the research, using the keywords, and creating stuff that's simple but that will sell, like this. Scuba diving logbook, this kind of stuff will sell. Remember when we were looking on Amazon, we found this book right here that was selling 30 copies a month. Okay, imagine if you had 100 of those. Imagine if you had 1,000 of those, and each one is bringing in a little bit of money. This can turn into life-altering money. It can pay your car payment. Okay, you can start paying a few of your bills, or if you focus like that screenshot you saw, you can actually turn this into a full-time business. So that is the entire process. I know it's quite sped up. If you guys want more information, 2 places to go, okay? First, if you get a Bookbolt account, 3-day free trial, link below. Make sure you use that. Watch this webinar here, okay? This is going to explain in detail a lot of what I just went over today. And 2, if reading is more your style, you want to go to bookbolt.io and then you want to click on the blog. Okay, so I've written a lot of detailed guides that will show you exactly how to run this business. And again, this is one of the easiest business models you could possibly do online because you don't have any inventory. You don't have to spend any money to get going. Amazon does all the work for you. Okay, so I know there were some questions in the last video that Kat did. I want to go over the most popular questions and answer those for you. So let me bring those up and let's get to it. All right, so probably one of the most popular questions is who prints the book? Amazon does. Okay, Amazon has pretty much factories where they print these books and they package them and they ship them. Okay, so I saw a bunch of questions of who sends the book to the customer? Amazon does. Okay, you never have to touch these books and you still get paid at the end of the day because Amazon wants more content for their customers. That's the beauty of this business model, is that Amazon has millions and millions and millions of people browsing their website every single day, and they allow us to sell to them without ever having to ship anything. Okay, so do you need to get a business license? Of course not. Hey, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not an accountant, but in order to sell through KDP, they will actually send you a 1099 at the end of the year. So you are not an employee of Amazon, you are a general contractor. Okay, so you're selling through Amazon. I saw some questions in there about advertising low content books. Advertising low content books, awesome way to get in front of the customers. You can actually do that inside of your KDP account, but you don't have to, okay? That might be something of a more advanced technique that you want to try in the future. But to start, I would just get books up and use the right keywords, just like we went over. And that alone is going to get you in front of the audience who's actively buying these low content books. Once you have a few sales under your belt, I'd definitely try out advertising. But until then, I would just get a few products online. Start planting those little money trees. I did see some questions in there asking how much we spend on binding and printing and shipping. I have never bound, shipped, or printed a single book in my life. And I make plenty of money doing this, okay? You guys can too, because Amazon does all of that. I don't have to worry about how to bind a book, okay? Because my guess is the majority of you guys have no idea how to bind a book. Me either, okay? Same boat. Amazon does all that work. I saw some questions in there about how much you have to sell to hit $1,000 per month. Okay, so this is going to depend on how high you price your book. The lower you price your book, the less royalty you're going to get. The higher you price your book, the more royalty you're going to get. Okay, so the easiest way to think about that is if you price your book at, say, $6.99, you get a few dollars each. But remember, you didn't put in very much work, so you'd have to sell a few hundred per month, which sounds like a lot, but when you're putting your book in front of millions of customers on Amazon, it's really not, because Amazon gives you that page and you don't have to do anything else. Okay, but if you're pricing your books at, say, $25, and maybe it's a puzzle book, a little bit more complicated than a line page or one of the interiors that you've used, you really don't have to sell that much before those royalties start really adding up. So do you need to make and sell one book at a time or several? This is completely up to you. It's what you find during your research. Okay, if you find multiple different scuba diving books, for example, go ahead and create different scuba diving books and put them up. There's no limit to how many you can put up on KDP. It's completely up to you. You can work at your own pace, or you can just go gangbusters and throw up 100 today, maybe over the next week. Okay, so it's going to depend on how you like the business, where you start, and what your goals are moving forward. Do you market these books on social media? Okay, marketing is a very, very valuable skill, but I'm going to tell you guys the little secret. The secret is marketing is as easy as using the right keywords. Okay, if you have a built-in audience, awesome. Okay, you can sell these books to your audience, but if you don't, if you just use the right keywords, you're going to be able to market to people on Amazon for free, because you use the keywords that they are typing into the computer. So you don't have to share on social media, but if you have social media, I'd recommend you do it. Finally, are the images in Bookbolt copyright free? So two things, right? The interiors. The interiors that we went over in the interior generator right here, you guys can use these all copyright free, all right? So feel free to use them. Feel free to edit them. We want you guys to get your first books online on Amazon as well as selling. And if you are talking about inside of the Bookbolt designer, okay, you can use your own images in there. All of the text completely free, because those are Google fonts. But if you are using outside images that you see and you bring in, you just want to make sure that they have the right license. Okay, so if you are taking something from the internet, make sure it's got a license that allows you to sell it commercially. If not, just keep looking. There's plenty of websites out there. So you can either do simple covers with text and no images. Okay, so we saw some of those earlier. Or you can create your own images, or you can find some that are free for commercial use and combine and create your book. So again, guys, before I log off here, Bookbolt.io, this is probably the best software that I have used. I'm a little bit biased. We created it, but it has saved me hundreds of hours, step by step, very, very easy. Okay, step one, figure out what do people on Amazon want to buy. We went through that. Step two, okay, create your cover and create your interior. Your interior is a free download, okay, super easy. The cover, we just did a drag and drop solution inside of the designer, okay, so all we did was we logged into the designer, we dragged a few images around and downloaded it. Okay, the next step, you need to find the keywords. So doing the research, opening up the different options on Amazon, using Bookbolt, that's going to tell you the keywords you want to use. And the last step is just taking all that and uploading it to Amazon. So you guys can have a book, your first book, on Amazon KDP in the next 5 minutes once we get off this video. And I promise you guys, this is super simple. Anyone can do this. So if you don't have an account, get a Bookbolt account, link below. And if you don't have an Amazon account, go get one of those right now, Amazon KDP, and then you'll be able to upload this stuff and start earning revenue and royalties from the work that you put in. So appreciate all you guys for watching, and appreciate Kat for having me. And until next time, go out there and